Wow. Totally did not know that I wasn't. How long was I not muted for?
I don't know.
I'm asking chat. Was I not muted that entire time? Did I click that by accident at some point?
I can't tell. I'm looking.
Okay.
Probably a while.
I know you
Probably
said
the
hi
whole
at
time?
beginning.
Yeah. Makes sense. Oh, well. I hope they didn't hear me shitting on Messi, because that'd be awkward. What's up, guys? How we doing? Welcome Celsier, who actually played Salant in one of our Patreon campaigns, which was super cool. You also were in our community campaign before. You played, actually, did you play Hafue in that game?
It was, yes. And his name was Hafu.
Okay, how tall are you?
How tall? I'm 5'7".
It makes sense why you identify with Hafue.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry. So anyways, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. So we actually did this once before, as I'm sure you and others remember, when we actually had Josh pop on and play as Xander in Kingmaker. Shortly afterwards, he was rewarded very well. Let's see how well you're rewarded for the RP that ensues. So allow me to set the stage. Elijah stubbed his toe. Yeah, fuck that guy. So as you guys are heading out of the temple, finishing up last week, as you guys are heading out of the temple, you notice like kind of like one of those apprehensive things. You've been in there for, it felt like not too long, but at the same time, you are so aged that it feels like you've been in there for a countless amount of time. It's kind of a thing that Tyler needs to hear the description of.
Maybe it's his pizza.
Of course, the pizza on Fridays, right?
Yeah, apparently.
I
Well,
have pizza today.
I won't lie. I've had pizza, I think, 3 times this week, so I'm good. There he is.
All right.
Okay, so as
My
you're making,
pizza always picks the worst time to finish being cooked.
oh, it's so funny because I was like, I can't keep talking without Tyler. I need the floof to go forward. So you, as you guys are walking out of the temple, one of the things that you notice, kind of like pulling yourselves out, is first of all the time warp. As you're kind of like stepping out of what that is to here is, as I described before, when you're going back down the stairs, you can literally feel time seemingly slowing around you. Like it's almost like you're hitting like almost like a force or something trying to slow you down and force you out. For 3 of you, Elijah included, it's a very difficult thing to get through, same as before, but you're able to push yourselves through. For 1 of you, it's actually extremely difficult to do. It takes a significant amount of effort to try to get through there, and I imagine maybe even one of the others should have to try to lend you a hand to pull yourself through. Who would kind of like reach over and give Salant that extra like to get out of the place?
Ophios would be behind him and wouldn't leave until he left.
Okay,
I
but
would probably
sword's
help.
out, so he's just gonna keep walking, and if you stop, it's on you. So,
My sword isn't out.
Rena, you'd give him a. Yeah.
Yes.
How would you lend this hand? Describe.
So this is us trying to leave the temple or leave the area, or sorry.
What's Celsilier's demeanor about leaving? Because he had anxiety before.
I'll actually allow you to answer that question, sir.
Salant is very like nervous. I imagine he has like jitters and he's just like shaking basically because like this is the first time he's exited a temple in 6 physical years and like hundreds of like mental years.
Okay.
Okay, so how do you help him getting out of the arena?
Is it functioning the same way as like when we first came in the temple? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that it was like, when you first went down those flight of stairs, like it's difficult to get out, but it's just more difficult for him. So.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would probably go out first then, and try.
Ophios is at the back.
Yeah,
I
I would go out first then.
Elijah might have actually been the first one out because he wanted to leave earlier.
Yeah, maybe he was the first one out, and he's just like hanging out somewhere. And then I would be after him and would try to help pull him like out.
Okay.
I mean, I think there's some RP to be had before that necessarily occurs, in the sense that like would sell
Salon.
Salant.
Yeah.
I keep looking at your name and trying to say your name instead. Salant, like hesitate.
Yeah, I feel like he's hesitating, like he's taking slow, like shaky steps out. Like if you had like numb legs, and he can like hardly walk forwards.
He sat on the
Alright.
potty for too long. I gotcha.
Ophius will say, "You've broken the loop. You can find your way out. Live or die, at least you're not stuck in the cycle all over again, suffering.
Yeah,
Now move your ass."
will do, will do.
And then Rena kind of gives you the good tug. Rena's just like grab by the scruff of the shoulder sort of a thing and pull out, or is it like loop arm under arm? Like how do you physically
I
pull
would
him?
probably just grab him by the arm and try to help pull him out. Not forcefully, just
Yeah, you trying to like lend that aid.
support. Yeah.
And it's almost like I don't want to make it sound so extreme like this, but it's almost like trying to pull a cork out of like a champagne bottle where there's like and all of a sudden he kind of like jumps out that last little bit, like there's a bit of extra effort to get him there, and all of a sudden he like jumps forward a little bit, kind of like that snapback that happened beforehand when you guys had reached out. I think it was actually Rena that reached out and grabbed him when he was about to fall down the actual ledge before. Anyways, once you guys kind of pull out there and you kind of check on him, it's almost one of those you can help him stand up and gain his balance. I imagine Rena, you're kind of focused on him. Ophios is focused on him as well, and it's Elijah that would be like, guys, as you look around the area that you just walked out of, mirroring kind of like where you walked in before, and there's no camp around. There's no soldiers. There's no camp. There's no Paradel. None of them are there.
What time of day is it?
It's actually the same time of day as it was when you first went into the place. Late afternoon, early evening. And with that scene, I will allow you guys to have your RP moment. Go right ahead.
If he brought it up, Ophius would simply say, Ophelia probably found a way to leave them so we could have some privacy.
Ophius, I know that we had the time differences and everything that was going on. How long do you suppose we were actually in there?
He would probably pull off his molting scales at this point, and he would say, "I don't know, but my body tells me it's been months, if not longer."
Yeah, somehow it feels longer.
I don't know what it would be out here, though. Salon, you were in there the longest. How many times did you go through? How much does it seem like you've aged?
Would I have a feeling of how much I've aged, Scott?
Honestly, everything just feels like forever to you. Don't even. You're so distorted in your mind. It's hard to realize that kind of difference in your body.
I have no clue. My brain's still racking through the loop. I can't really feel. I know there was a war happening when I entered. Somewhere's in a deer.
Do you have any memory of the date or the year in which you entered?
I assume I do, Scott, right?
Yeah, you knew what date it was when you had gone in there, and so when you produced the date that you say that it was, because obviously your character as a bard or whatever would keep track of that stuff fairly well. They know that it's been months since then, like real life. Many months have passed.
Another question: do we still have the effects from the pool?
Oh no,
that wore off.
That wore off. Remember, and you guys never redipped.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
I was just
That'd be
curious
funny on the way out, like oh, bloop, yay.
Okay, but before we go,
And you know, like,
Ophios has it
one
in a
for the
vial
road, yeah.
again.
Oh, no, I drank that. Remember?
He scooped it up again.
Oh, he went back.
He needs the samples of all of the things.
Okay, fair.
So, am I free to go?
No.
I assumed as much.
There's penance to be paid. It's not what you think. I'm not going to kill you. But more or less, we have now saved you more than once. And of good favor to you, you helped us. With that said, I have something I would ask of you. And with that comes information, Bard, that you could make an even greater song from.
Speak it.
There was an egg stolen from my clutch. I was able to remember it thanks to the liquid within here. An egg that has been missing and I have been unable to track down. Stolen by a mushroom man. This was however long ago I remember it being, Scott. And whatever detail, any extra details I could get from having had that liquid, looking back on it.
Any extra details you can get from having the liquid that you took out of the place?
Not the liquid I took out of the place, when I took the bath. In the pool, when I was able to like look back and recollect things.
Oh yeah. And so, what extra what details are you looking for? On what instance? Sort of. My apologies.
Any particular evidence I may have come across of where the egg might have been, information, stuff like that.
You know that about there was the group of 3 people. One died, one got away but seemed to not be involved, and then there was the mushroom that was eaten, but seemed to have maybe sold the thing.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if the mushroom was actually eaten.
I don't know, but
by the way, guys, there's totally a poll in Twitch chat right now for those of you that are listening that want to participate. Sorry, guys, keep going, Tyler.
Now, of course, I'd like to hear a song, but as a bard, you get around, you hear stories. It's your job to do so and translate them into music. It's what you do. So I gather you would probably be one to be able to find information and get wind of things. This egg was sold. Or so it seems, but it was stolen from my clutch. With this mission, I would give you some protection and access to even more of my people, perhaps. Ones that would aid you. And from that, you would gather stories. And from that, you could tell the stories of my people. There is much to be learned and much to be had about the creators of this temple, the ones who harvest it, my enemies, the Lopers. And much to be discovered about my people and stories to be shared. Ones that I think would be of interest to you and of people to be entertained by them. Mysterious races and creatures at war for centuries from another world. So I offer you this as an opportunity to pay back what we were able to do for you. And obviously, if Rena has anything necessarily that she would like, I ask that you would at least give her your ear.
You both have my ears. I will look for your egg and the mushroom man that stole it. Do you have a location? A time, a place?
Ophelia had more information than I and might be of use in that category. As you roam, the way you will stay safe is by referencing the name of the one who trained me. Ka.
Ka.
So, you will know friend or foe based on their reaction to that name. If they do not know it, they are ones to be worried about. If they do, you can present them this emblem and say you are working with me. Do not mention my name otherwise. If they do not recognize Ka, you're in danger.
Understood. So you wish I search for an egg? One of your people's eggs? Would the egg still be an egg or would have been hatched already?
Scott, what information would I have on that?
So the eggs, if it was properly cared for, it would have been hatched by now. If it was properly cared for, it can be kept in like a hibernation, not hatched yet. If it was improperly cared for, it would have died a long time ago.
More than likely, it's still an egg.
Okay.
And if you can't find the egg itself, at least where it went about.
Would you be opposed to me using any connections I have with Parendel to search for it, or is that against your wishes?
I have no qualms with that. Again, as long as my name is not spoken. You have the ability to charm people.
He does a little gesture to show that your name will not be spoken. Rena, do you have anything that you wish?
Well, you did promise me that drink.
The drink will come. But
Otherwise, it is Ophios' quest that you can go on. I have nothing that I need from you.
okay, so search for a stolen egg from stolen by a mushroom man that's now sold somewheres. Not the hardest thing I've done.
You did find this place. And you did find out about me.
And Yandis.
I don't know if we actually told you what happened to him, but you probably already knew.
You left it vague, but I assume he's dead.
She'll nod.
I can search for any remains of him. He is a noble. I can see if he's ended up back in his family.
Her face gets really like, she's like super focused on you all of a sudden, and her eyes are kind of wide. And she would just say, I would appreciate that. I think we would appreciate that. And look to Ophios.
Okay.
He would nod, and he would also say, if you ever think of a song to write about Rena and how we saved you from the temple, I'm sure it wouldn't hurt our cause.
It'll be the second best song I write.
She just
Excited to hear the first.
Yeah,
I
you
got a
did
lot of
owe that to us.
Perhaps with the drink.
Is Ostrad doing well?
The city, that's right? That's what you're asking
Yeah,
about?
the town right south of you.
I don't know if we would know,
We definitely won, and Elijah might, though.
Scott.
What about Estrad?
Estrad?
What about it?
How is Estrad doing? Was the question.
You have no idea. You're nowhere near there.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But would Elijah
I didn't know if Elijah had been there recently.
It's same as with you guys. It was filled with Paradise officers when he came through. So Paradise soldiers, not officers, soldiers. So, or same as you were told, I should say. So
Yeah, we were told.
yeah. So it's just that you don't know of anything that may or may not have changed since you went into the temple and came out. You know that there were soldiers out here. They're all gone, I guess.
I don't know much, but word is filled with Paradise soldiers.
Esmond had a liking to a lieutenant that was in Ostrad. I was going to see if I could find her. Maybe give her a little piece with that.
Speaking of lieutenants.
Hold on, lieutenant. Are you talking about the commander?
No, the person under the commander. The lady that was mourning.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
That took a moment. It's cool. I was like, he was commander of Chizodal, but no, I know. Yeah. Speaking of,
How difficult would it be to recover that skull and destroy it?
Impossible for me. It's in the possession of a commander, the commander of Zatish.
Zatish, yep.
I wouldn't be able to do it. I mean, okay, I can try. but it would cost me certainly a lot of money at best.
The egg is more of my concern. The damage has been done with that skull, but obviously it can do more damage with its existence.
Like the
Something I
damage
will
has
have
been
to
done,
do.
but it can do more damage? I don't
No,
think you know what that
the
phrase
mo-
means.
Listen, the damage has been done already, but in the future it could be do more if she were to share that.
So the damage has yet to
Cool.
be done. Okay. All right.
Damage has been done, but there is damage yet to be done.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, we had a working relationship. She still owes me money. Whether she'll keep that end up, since it's been a while, I don't know.
Not sure if it's worth the risk.
I can judge my risks. Well, except in any points at the temple, that risk.
That's a risk even with my knowledge. That was scary.
Yeah, I touched every single liquid.
Yeah, don't do that. That's how you get pregnant.
He just looks at you confused.
He doesn't say
That
that.
wasn't an RP.
No.
I know.
He
I
takes
know.
notes. He takes notes about the
Like, snake people pregnancies.
yeah.
Weird. Question mark?
I mean, look, summon snake looks even like like oh shit, they know. Like they know.
They found out.
Yeah. Anyways.
Needless
Okay.
to say, how about we get out of here and find that bar? And find out how long we've been in that temple looking at Rena.
Yeah, what date is it? Or what date did you guys enter the temple in?
They mentioned again months after you did. And then time has probably changed since then. So, before I end up thanking Celsior and kicking him out, there's one more thing you guys notice as you're leaving the area.
Yeah, what's the temple look like?
The temple.
We
If
know what
look
it looks
back
like
at
since
it,
we left it, right?
Yeah.
Did it change?
No.
Okay, I was just from the outside perspective.
Oh, same. So one of the things that you guys notice as you're leaving is on your way out, you happen to notice that there are a couple of, actually I should even just say perception check. For you, Cell, can you just do me a favor? Oh, you're not even in the campaign. So my apologies. Rena, if you could just do me a favor for Cell, you actually slash roll 1d20 plus probably, you had a low wisdom, right? And this is 5e conversion.
I have a 13.
Remember, Elijah has
Okay.
the ability to just have a really high passive.
Yeah, never mind, Elijah. But he has Jack of Trades. So can you give him a 1d20 plus 4? Sorry, plus 2, Rena?
1d20 plus 2?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And
I
then you
rolled
can
really
and you can
well.
roll for yourself as well.
That's so delayed.
Cool. And you can roll for yourself, Ree?
Perception?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh,
Perfection. Perfection perception. So it's actually you, Salance, that actually, as you guys are leaving, you notice that there are, because you don't know what they saw when they came in. You're not aware of any of that, right? But one of the things that you notice is strange is you're looking about and you see there are a couple off to, because you guys are heading north, you see to the north heading south, there's to the northeast and another group to the northwest, small scouting groups of Paradel. Heading their way down south, heading their way down here. The scouting groups are typical Paradel fashion. There's 3 horsemen, you know what I mean? So that they can ride quickly, not get noticed as easily, so on and so forth. And if they needed to, they can kind of break off or whatever, right? So there's 3 horsemen, some to the east, and then 3 horsemen to the west a bit, heading down south that you notice. They might have noticed you guys. Honestly, they probably did. But they haven't done anything or said anything as you're heading your way north and away from the keep that's down there. I imagine you give them a bit of a warning.
Yep. He points them out. There's soldiers. They're it looks like scouts.
Odd. There was an army here when we entered. Why would scouts be scouting an area an army once stood?
They might find it under their control now.
that's probably best if we weren't here then.
You characters are heading north. Do you choose to just keep your path straight and head north, or do you want to make things kind of like very roundabout and try to just like avoid anywhere near where that is to bring yourself to Ostrad? Do you want to like, again, very roundabout, or we can go straight north? It's fine.
Given our reputation,
Ostrad's north of where you are.
Ophios would want to bob and weave.
Okay. Well, if you're worried about your reputation, you probably want to go directly to Ostrad anyways. You're technically in Adir. Would you want to head east to Paradel or head west to go a bit deeper into Adir to make your way about?
I would think deeper into Adir, away from Paradel.
Okay.
Paradel's our issue.
In which case your characters could probably split off and go opposite directions in a different town or whatever it might be. But could you guys just do me a favor? So Rena, for him, you're going to do the same thing as last time. Roll me one more perception check as your characters are doing it. But I'm going to need disadvantage for this. Rena, to do disadvantage, it's /r space 2d20 KL1 plus 2.
And is any of that capitalized? It's all lowercase, right?
All lowercase,
It
yep.
can all be
Okay.
lowercase.
That's true. Okay.
Wow!
Even when somebody else rolls for you, Salat. Jesus!
I can't see it yet, but
Oh,
It's
I'm
a
sorry.
21.
Yeah, oh, God. She rolled a natty 20 and a natty 19.
sounds about right.
Yeah. So do we roll with disadvantage then?
Yes, please and thank you.
Trash.
Rena's disadvantage. Fine.
So
Mine
what-
didn't matter.
Once again, Salat would be able to point it out. You notice as you guys are kind of dodging and weaving and try to stay out of the way. I mean, they may notice you, and if they do, it's probably not the end of the world because you're keeping a good distance. You're just travelers heading a different direction, right? You notice there's an army of about 1,000 soldiers, if you had to guess based off the number of banners you see and how well you know the Paradal Army there, Rena. There's an army of about 1,000 soldiers heading south to the keep that you guys are like heading, northwest away from.
Is this odd to you, Rena?
What because when before we entered the temple, they had like the whole zombie issue going on,
Yep.
and so it was just the soldiers in the camp that was outside the temple,
It was
and then the soldiers in Estrad.
Yep, correct. There's about 1,000 soldiers in each place. Yep.
And these are all Paradel.
Would we recognize the banner from when we were here before?
I mean the Paradal banner.
It's just the
Yeah.
Paradel banner.
It's just the same.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if they had.
That's
like,
why we
different
recognize
things for
them.
wrench 'em in and stuff like that.
Miss Shatan.
Salon would ask if the commander's name, that was the commander that was in that was leading the camp here, and it was the same one that I got the job from to go to the temple.
It is.
Well, the commander that was in charge of the temple owes me some money.
Well, I guess you can collect. But I don't think we should go with you.
No, I think this is a good time we split. You guys seem to have your own goal. Where should I meet you to give you your information? Or will you be loud enough where I can find you?
More than
She would
likely,
just
you'll be
chuckle.
able to find us. But at worst case scenario, Momley and Ophios would describe the warehouse.
And with that,
the
sorry.
sorry. The last thing I want to ask you, and I can't remember if we already asked him or not, but this Jen person that you saw or met,
Yeah, John Mallis.
could you describe her to me?
I describe her. I don't remember.
Right. Whatever she looks like.
She's the only one that made it out. I plan on trying to find her and get her help in some of this.
Let us know if you find her as well.
Be weary.
Do you have reason?
I anticipate the one who left the temple might be a Loper.
I don't know what a Loper would be. She seemed rather normal to me.
A creature pretending to be something that it is not.
Are you saying
Very
something?
well versed in those magics that you had issues with within that temple.
The person that she left with, right? Is that who you're
Yeah.
referring?
Correct.
Sorry, it's still fuzzy in my mind. Noted. Be wary of Lopers, I guess.
They bend time and space and shape. The magics that you encountered within that place, I know not which ones, are rooted in the Lopers. They will use them. And if one that is not trained in them, you will be destroyed.
Well, let's hope I never have to fight a Loper. I was never the fighter, as you saw.
Perhaps if you do encounter one, they'd find you humorous and entertaining.
I pride myself on my humor.
Either way, be careful, Salant.
You as well, Rena and Ophios. I guess I wish you luck instead of the opposite. And I guess I'm sorry for exposing you, Ophios. You don't seem like terrible people now that I've met you in person.
What did
Glad
you
to
hear
hear it.
about us then?
Well, I went to Addersfield. I
Oh.
saw the town burned. I heard the tales of the snake men, the snake man. We went to the outpost where you killed the commander too. I mean, you guys slaughtered them. You burned half a town down. I
Should
met
just look at
Mathis
Ophios.
Cuddy. We assumed he was a companion of yours, though he beat Esmond.
Things change.
I wish you luck in taking down Parendale if that's your goal. I don't like them, but they're good money.
A means to an end. Or an end to a means.
The enemy of my enemy is a bank. Yeah, no. And with that, you guys can have your goodbyes. I imagine there's not really much by way of handshakes, fist bumps, or hugs. Imagine there's really no tears that fall for each other, but maybe your own experience and personal well-being at the moment. And with that, we say bye. Oh wow, he couldn't get out of here any quicker than that. Wow, that was.
I
then.
was gonna say Ophios did draw his sigil for him.
Oh, there you go. Nice. Oh, hey there, buddy. How are you? How you doing?
Playing chess.
Oh yeah, how's that going for you?
Y'all playing checkers. It's actually going pretty well. What happened? You want to catch me up?
Elijah tripped and fell and is trapped in the temple now on the altar on top.
Okay. So I'm rolling a new guy, or
Third time's a charm.
yeah, get it right this time for sure.
Oh, nothing about Messy's charming. Cool. So your characters are,
That's
of
my
course.
toilet paper. Let's go! That was so funny.
I said charming, not Charmin.
Hey, whatever. It's the same shit.
Ah, oh, I like that one though. Sorry,
Thanks, man.
poop is funny.
You're the biggest fan.
Yeah, hey, you know. Anyways, so so your characters are heading north, and you're trying to make a wide berth around where you see Salant walking straight towards that group of soldiers that are heading south. And are you trying to say something? Because I didn't mute you. That wasn't me. My hands were like down on my my leg. That wasn't me. Be clear. I think I have the. Yeah, waiting room's turned off, so it's all good. I don't know what happened. Does anybody know what happened? Okay. Well, he wasn't there for the first part anyway, so. Your characters are heading north and away from the group of soldiers that you see heading south, and obviously Salant is heading towards them. As you're heading your way around, again, we've seen Dieta before. Do you want to like head towards the capital or the seeming capital, like that large city in it, Hodgwen? As like a major city or place where you can kind of like maybe get a room and relax for like sleep and try to gather your senses and stuff? Or would you want to, no, let's head straight back to Vala. Let's stay in the woods. Let's stay away from society and just try to bring ourselves back to where we were.
Perhaps it'd be best if we met up with Cadus, Rena.
She'll nod.
In which case, your heading northwest only lasts for so long, and you inevitably you can go through Hodgwen because it would give you access to the bridges that are there, but maybe try to avoid society. You start heading back east after a while, after that little army whatever passes you, and have to cross the river, same as you've had to do before, fording the river, best you can by foot swimming, whatever it is. Get across the other side, continuing heading north, and continuing to head east, trying to
I feel like we
bring
would go somewhere to get
yourself
horses.
to Cadus or get horses. That's fine. That's really matter either way, because that's kind of the close of last season, and now we can switch to our between season session-y thingy. So while Messi's trying to figure out what's going on with his internet or whatever, we'll take a quick break, and it gives you an opportunity to pause this recording to make it the end of last season, and the next one we'll come back and call it pre-season. I guess season 3 or season 4 now. Season 4 now?
Season 4.
Yeah, I think it's pre-season 4. Okay, cool. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back. We'll be going pre-season 4, and we're gonna have that meta chat. We're gonna level up the characters. We're gonna have all sorts of fun. And Tyler's triple classing. He's actually gonna go to a Spellwell Stranger. So, he's like, hey, I think his goal is to go 5 different classes with this character. So Tyler's not a very classy dude, so he figured he'd make it up with, his, yeah, okay, be right back.